There I am. InShalla and Ashe. Blessings to you, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday's daily show, the Daily Snippet. For those of you that don't know or are new, because we've got quite a few new members, it's my daily show where I share snippets of the elements, the cosmos, and whatever else pops into my little mind. And I should say, actually, it's a big mind sometimes because I can't really talk as fast as I feel sense. That's just kind of how I'm wired. So I go off first with the Day Master and a 4 Pillars chart. The 4 Pillars chart is a destiny reading that the Chinese use for the elemental value that we actually bring in on the day we are born. I like the elemental value because it kind of assists in different elements you can ground into. But today you can see on the 4 Pillars chart, we have water. It's a yan water, and we also have the pig in the branch. So we have a balance between the yin and the yang in the element of water in the day branch. So the stem is always the heavenly realm, and in the branch where the pig is and all the other animals, those are actually known as the branches. They hold directional space, not just for our bodies, but also for our home. I usually incorporate the meridians when I look at these charts as well, especially if I'm doing healing work. Some meridians are excessive, some are deficient. So it's just about bringing into balance whatever is ailing us at the moment. But we still have, a lot of wood energy between the month and the year. So we need some yang energy because we have so much yin there to bring that into action to get us into the flow of that element. And also today we can bring in the birth of wood energy, which is also the energy of the rabbit. It creates a triangle within the wood energy. So we have the birth of wood, wood itself, and the release of the storage of that wood energy. And that really is the peak of that elemental energy as well. It's considered directional energy of the element of wood, which direction for wood in general is the east, where the rabbit, the tiger, and also the dragon dwell. So that's a wood directional. And it's actually considered a directional energy within the element of wood. And wood energy on a day like today is output because water nurtures and feeds the wood. So ideas might be running rampant in our minds today since we have all of this wood in the base. There are the branches and the hidden stems. So these ideas will need to put actually into action, which that actually calls for fire energy. Fire is an action energy. It's charismatic. Somebody with fire on the Day Master is naturally, they have charisma just ebbing inside of them. So it would create, also fire on this particular day creates wealth for a water Day Master. And wealth, it's not always money. It's abundance in a variety of different flavors and characters and behaviors. And also how we create wealth. It can be proper wealth, or it can be wealth that you go about in an improper way. Maybe you are a thief or something, underlying currents. So you might want to ask yourself on a day like today, where can I put my action, fire, to a positive effect? And fire is also our ancestors, and I am calling in my ancestral allies to assist somebody who's actually struggling with COVID. I'm utilizing scalar waves, light, and also energies of the Archangels and the 4 Archangels that are connected to some of the asteroids in the cosmic belt. I'm going to go over those a little later, but you can also connect with a tree today or a wedame. The wedame are the keepers of the wild. They're our authentic wild side. Another thing to do for today is light a candle and just connect with an ancestor, a feather, be in peace. And the cosmic weather today is actually, it's opening us up to other dimensions and timelines. For those of you that are a lot like me, we have the ability to go into timelines, jump timelines, reestablish a timeline in dimensions and other realms. So today is a day that the gateway is absolutely open. So I would still connect with an archangel, the galactic core in our multiverse, the universe. And actually for me, I'm in the middle of pleading my case to the other realms for my friend's son who actually has COVID. It's very real to me. It's like sitting literally in front of God universe with angels and pleading a case. But the energy today will probably feel unfamiliar to us because we've been conditioned to believe certain things. However, if the things you believe are resonating with your spirit, then for sure the cosmic state is really going to be kind of a chaos on this transformational level. And the universe doesn't work the way that we do in man's world down here on Earth. So today is a day to pay attention to how you feel and ask yourself if you feel like you belong. And belonging is a longing, right? I know I don't belong in a lot of places. I'm kind of otherworldly. So it's really hard for me to find that nest egg. And also just know that nothing's really going to make sense. You're not going to have a lot of clarity on a day like today. And you also might find that your feelings are really bouncing off, or not, not just of you, but bouncing off of you yourself, but other people. So it might come from the heavenly realm. It might come down from the earthly realm, and also your environment and everyone around you. So today is really a day of the miraculous. And, what does that mean? Well, anything that comes together today is actually fated. It's a fated kind of day. It's like getting struck by lightning, like to wake you up. And the best thing to do is to go with the flow and just see where you end up. Don't resist it. And the moon today, the moon is actually in Virgo. And Virgo is really, it's the moon that makes everything feel so real. It's the hyper awareness that Virgo has, the energy of a Virgo. And we all have Virgo somewhere in our chart. So we're all hyper aware to some aspect. And this would be a place where you really want to focus just your emotionally super attention to going to the next level bumping kind of thing. Stay dynamic, and more importantly, really stay flexible on a day like today. Your creativity will be stimulated. You'll probably attract relationships into your village that you most likely need to develop in your outer character. And also, feelings will start to dissolve or dissipate. An idea of alienation or isolation. I'm a recluse. I like to be alone and just go through all of my channelings. So you can open the door and really attract different encounters with other people or other realms that are more intimate on a different scale. And the crown center is actually the center that's open today. So today would be a great day to bring in violet light in through your crown and just actually allow it to just land down in the earth plane. The innovation that will come through your crown center is going to be, again, very innovative and kind of lightning, electrical kind of charges, something that we probably didn't even dream or think of as a possibility or even see coming. It's all these unlimited possibilities. Colors, again, of the day are violet, bright pinks, even effervescent purples. So just pay attention to what's changing in your future and how do you feel about it? And more importantly, how do you feel about that inner self, your day-to-day reality in your everyday world? That's the moon in reality and the emotional hyper-awareness. So just allowing different archangels to come down through you today, along with basically, the galactic universe. It's vast. So I would say today is a very transforming day, but it's also safe, and more importantly, it's secure. So you could actually bring down that violet light through your crown and just allow it to release through your root center in the earth center too. You can decide either one. If the root center isn't, where you're feeling it, or it's not resonating, then go ahead and take it down into the earth star. That's kind of how we blend these energies. Or also maybe you might need that violet light to bring spirit into your root center for the safety and the security, and you might need to resonate with that as well, manifesting. Manifesting always comes down and through the root, but we have to bring in the innovation from our spiritual light, the center through the crown. So different archangels that you could bring in today as well would be Archangel Chamuel. Chamuel is associated with Taurus, and Chamuel's the assistant to bringing in inner peace, one of my virtues, and harmony in all of our multifaceted relationships. So if you're seeking to find inner peace or manifest universal love, or even if you want to enhance your personal relationships, whether that's at home or work, then I would definitely call in Chamuel to actually assist you with this. Well, and actually, curiously enough, Chamuel is also referred to as the finding angel. So if you've misplaced or lost something, you can actually ask Chamuel to assist you in finding whatever that lost item is. Even if you've lost an aspect of your beingness, something that you loved about yourself that maybe you shoved under the rug, Chamuel will actually assist you with that. Another archangel for today would be Uriel, which Uriel is the light of God. It's an angel of light and intelligence and understanding. For me, it resonates with the genies in the Dagara. When I do my cowrie shell divinations, Uriel would probably be a genie because it's a different understanding and a different intelligence that's probably older and more knowledgeable. And when you're working with him, you're likely to experience a lot of those eureka or aha moments. Just brings in those out of the blue ideas. It'll increase your intellectual kind of capacity and actually make you more claircognizant. That might come online today. And you can also call on Uriel to assist with how you have those conversations. And again, in the Dagara cosmology, that would be people born in the mineral kind of years. Those are people born with the endings of fours and nines. But those are people that can really hold a conversation, tell a story, community driven. So those conversation skills, and just assisting and understanding any particular subject or idea can also be assistance with different exams, say you're in college, or different kinds of academics. And he can literally help us clear our mind of any of the brain fog that's going on. It's like this transmitter energy. So it's kind of like the innovation in the inventor. That's the kind of angel Uriel is, and just really being an angel of understanding. So you can bring in Uriel also, more importantly, forgiveness. So you can really have Uriel come in at any time to ask to intervene where you're feeling guilty or maybe resentful on something. And he's also more of a divine problem solver. So you can call on, again, Uriel whenever you're literally in a bind or a sticky situation, because he eliminates and illuminates along with assisting in resolving all of our earthly dilemmas. So you can also utilize Uriel in, with the weather, actually. So it's kind of like a shamanic thing to move the weather. In the song, I can actually, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. So that definitely is a song for Uriel. And he's often, he appears as this mature angel, this being of light, holding a lantern through the fog, right? So he can just assist us in a variety of forms of all of our creative solutions. And myself, I'm in a solution for creative awareness myself. So, and we all need insights into that and different epiphanies and to look at things with new eyes. So if you're looking for a solution, I would say maybe you need guidance in making a decision. This is the angel that you want to call in to assist you. And my last angel that I think resonates with today is the angel that also goes with the moon. Since we're in a Virgo moon, it's Metatron. And Metatron is the angel of the presence, I actually saw Metatron a few months ago. He came in for me. It was pretty intense. But he's distinguished really as having once actually walked on the earth as a human being and then ascended into the Archangeldom, kind of like my queendom, but in the Archangeldom. So just, as a natural consequence of having walked actually literally with God consistently during his entire Earth journey on the planet, an Earth school is kind of what I call it. So he helps us move beyond our so-called limits of the human conditioning, which also, more importantly, includes helping us literally speed up time or slow it down. So it's in this capacity that Metatron can assist us to develop literally all of our spiritual gifts, our intuitive knowingness. And he's actually assisted me in different areas of energy work, quantum realities, don't mind the fly. But I use a lot of sacred geometry. And what's also curious enough is he's also a chief angel in the Kabbalistic tradition. So he'll guide anyone along that journey as well. He's also assists a lot of the indigos, people that are born in the late 70s to the early 90s. So there's a lot of indigos that are actually awake or waking up. And he assists in actually demonstrating or opening up those higher levels of spiritual awareness out into the quantum fields and those realms. But most of the time, people with these kinds of gifts are labeled with mental disorders. Things like ADD, ADHD, OCD, all the tag names, the labels. But indigos often have just a built-in bullshit detector, a barometer. They can really tell if anyone is lying. So Metatron can help you if you are an indigo or any indigo in your life or in your reality, in your field, to literally just hone in your spiritual gifts and navigate the mental health systems. I think indigos often are time travelers too. So timelines can be kind of sticky, especially if you get stuck in one. So you're in this world, but yet you're not. You're in another dimension. So it's also what I really work with is Metatron's cube, which is also Virgo related. And I utilize Metatron's cube a lot, most of the time actually for healing. I just set it into a spin. I let Metatron decide on the color and what energetic center it's going to flow into and just kind of work galactically. So what's cool about Metatron is how it assists in clearing the low frequency vibrational energies along with healing and aiding people who are really, really, really new to spirituality. So you know you're not crazy. So if you're funny and oddly aware like me and want to understand the mysteries of the galactic universe, I would totally tell you to go and seek guidance on your spiritual path, your journey with Metatron to assist you. It's pretty intense, I'm not going to lie. And last but not never the very least, I'm going to bring in the card of the day, which this was super fun. This is brought to me from my Fairy Oracle deck. And as you can see, or maybe you can't see, I mean, it's kind of hard, right? It's a video. But it's the maiden in this fairy deck. And this maiden represents auspiciousness, beginnings, birth, joy, hope, all the good juiciness that we actually need on the universe and the galactic Earth school journey we're all in right now. And you can see from her crown, hopefully you can see through her crown, you can see the light to her star jeweled toes. It's just energy is just flowing in and through her. So this maiden is actually pure essence of joy, like joy molecules. So she is the face of the force that literally generates growth throughout all of the worlds. And her smile literally melts all the troubles when she smiles. So it's this effervescent glow from the other dimensions. And when she walks on the ground, just flowers bloom as soon as she starts her little intuitive dance, her light show. So it's the form of a maiden that actually pixies learn to dance through this beautiful little being, this little essence. Just love her glowing face. So she just really keeps the other world turning, and more than likely she assists in keeping our world churning too. And every morning, what's unique about her, she is born fresh. She is born new. She sees magic and light in everything and takes this endless delight in doing this. This is what she does. It brings her peace, joy, and happiness. So for those of you that know how to use the etheric mirror and what the etheric mirror is, this is when you see the light or the magic in others that they aren't really so aware of within themselves. So if you're kind of curious, the Energy Body Demystified is a corridor to start with in my venue, just creating that awareness. Even though this maiden is very powerful and she's wonderful. She's like next level pure essence of joy. She still is a child. So she needs actually to be nurtured and cared for and also cherished. So I love that I pulled this card today for a variety of reasons, but something you want to ask yourself is, ask your inner child, where do you need to be nurtured and cherished today? I would probably ask myself that every day, really. But when this little being takes the form of a flower, what we need to do in our earthly realm is to assist her in giving her enough nutrients through water, light through the sun, so she can grow into her magical being, and just nurturing our own inner new ideas. It's the element of the day is those ideas, that wood energy or nature energy. And again, I still find it curious that I pulled this card today because it goes with the day. It's just the magic of the universe, right? She also, in her elegance, I see her light, you can almost see her moving. I don't know about you, but she signifies the growth and new beginnings. So this is an amazingly auspicious card. And I really couldn't have asked for anything more because there's spontaneity, there's joy, there's growth, there's peace, there's even exhilaration. It's this total light beingness that brings in an octave that is more enlightening for a future in our Earth journey. But also be aware that in the early stages of the process with this cute little being, there's a vulnerability and a need for protection and shelter and guidance. So that's where the Archangels would come in as well. Or, just bring in this beautiful little maiden. But she's also this magical force or energy to move us towards the bursting new energy of growth and renewal. She kind of sheds that light to us and through us. You just really need to trust the process and also take care of the details. That would be more of the metal or the mineral energy because they're all, they all intertangle and merge together. So some questions maybe to ask yourself, what is growing in your life? And really make a list of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and even your plans. That would be wherever Uranus is in your chart, of the 11th house, and also Aquarian energy. And also look for the growth within yourself and really just muse about how you can cherish and nurture that, along with blessing the growth that you already see around you. Our inner child is really calling to feel secure and loved, not necessarily spoiled though, because this particular maiden, this fairy, she's not happy when we actually spoil her. It's just kind of an honoring of her presence. So with all of that, thanks for joining me today, and I will see you on the other side. As always, blessings to you and have a magical day. It's going to be fated, InShalla.